Well, hello everybody. Got the old crap latch hooked up to the trailer. We're going to go grab the next project here for the old Vinyl Village garage out in southern Indiana. A little bit of a trip, but we're going to get the thing hooked up, get it back up here. But something about this just isn't feeling quite right. Now this is much more gooder. Okay, anyway, Judge is loaded, headed north. Perfect day, lots of rain or liquid sunshine, but get this thing home and get started on it. Okay, we made it back to the Vinyl Village garage. It has stopped raining, but it was still about 42 degrees of not warm. But judging by the fact that I have a car on my trailer, you probably have figured out what you're going to get into here next. Now, not to get too excited, I'm not going to be able to do the complete 100% restoration because I got something going on there in my front yard. I'm going to potentially sell the Vinyl Village garage and move on to bigger and better places to play with things just like this. Now, who knows? Housing market, as I'm learning, is quite a mess. It's ups and downs, and I'll tell you, it's been quite the journey trying to figure that out and navigate that. So if we don't end up moving, well, I may not finish this car. I may jump back onto my dad's car, but moving things around, playing my inventory, I thought I'd bring this home. We would tinker on it here just a little bit. I'm going to work on doing a little bit of sheet metal work. I'm going to show you what the plan is here. But first things first, I need to get this thing unloaded. But if you didn't already notice, my driveway is a downhill slope, and that thing does not roll for crap. So I'm hoping maybe use gravity to my advantage, but we'll still come plan here to get this thing unloaded. How about that? The sun comes out, of course, after I make the trip all the way down south and back up here. Whatever, it's how it is. Got the straps all undone off the car. What I decided to do, put the truck in four-wheel drive first. I learned some of this the hard way. You may ask me someday, but not with the front axle is locked in, because you can tell the back is looking mighty light, because what I did, run the tongue jack down. Now my trailer, if I put a bubble level there on that fender, actually reads nice and level. So I'm not trying to push uphill. I'm actually nice and level. I may actually go as far as crank it up a little bit higher to get us a little bit of an incline to help me get this thing off there. But we're going to see how that goes. Even look at the ramps. They level those ramps out almost perfectly level right into the garage. So I think this is going to work. After some careful deliberation, it wasn't rolling, it wasn't moving, kind of stopped here. So hook it back up, give a little tug, see if we can get this thing rolling off. Now, maybe, just maybe. Well, as you can see, the car's in the garage. Let me tell you what actually ended up happening here. It did end up moving on its own after finding out that the left rear tire was dragging really bad because the brake drum was seized up kind of tight. I had to get the old Mjolnir out here, beat the tar out of that thing, and then finally got the drum off. But as soon as I let the jack down, this thing took off rolling. So she moves. And the other really cool part is the limited slip in this thing is working because it was dragging the other side. But as soon as I get this side freed up, she rolled right here into place. So I just need to push it back just a little further into the garage, but it is off the trailer. Okay, well, now that I got that thing to give me a break, this should hopefully push by hand. Oh, look at that. Probably worth the time, anyway, to actually investigate why it won't roll. Because look at this, it rolls right back out of my garage just as easy as it rolls in. So I bet you if I would have figured that brake problem out, I would unload a lot like I anticipated to, kind of roll right off right into place. But anyway, she's in the garage. And the posi track works. So that's an original safety track. It still operates. That's an awesome find. All right, now I finally got this thing in the garage. I'm going to start calling this car Beulah maybe, because it's definitely kicking my butt or busting my whatever. The quarter panel. This is the part that's in question that is the worst part in the entire body. I have a little bit of rust here in the rear window channel. Pretty minor. It's pitted through here, but I think it'll clean up with sandblasting. So that's really the only sheet metal work that I can see on this car, is just patching up or repairing this quarter panel that was replaced years ago. Now, they did use an original quarter panel off of probably a junkyard car, because I'm counting the tree rings kind of thing, purple, yellow, some kind of weird color here. So it was replaced from original sheet metal. And it's not even rusted out necessarily around the wheel well. It was just a very lackluster or less than stellar installation. Instead of bringing it up here to the factory seam, they put in the seam right here, and you can see the layers of putty coming out and blistering. So I'm going to have a lot of questionable things going on underneath this. I'd like to salvage it and put it back in and do a better job of installing it, but I just haven't quite decided yet, because either way I'm going to have two seams in my quarter panel. Not the end of the world, but trying to figure out what's best for the car. Now I've got some, get the light just right. The roof is kind of dented up. That could be hammered and dollied, a little bit of shrinking wheel. I think we can get that cleaned back up. So as for metal work goes, really just this quarter panel. Check out these fenders. When we get down here, look at these fender wells. They still have the original orange paint. Okay, carousel red. But the problem becomes here. We have the original inner fender well, which is there. Here's the original quarter, and this is the quarter they put on top. They didn't even remove the old sheet metal very well. But the entire lip here is in fantastic shape. There's no rust or damage in it. So I'm kind of perplexed what to do. And I didn't do the best job of lining up the quarter panel with the rocker panel. It's sticking out almost a quarter inch. So those are things that just aren't going to work for me. So that tells me I need to do some kind of work, and that's what we're going to get into. I'm going to work on this just for a little bit to figure out whether we're moving or should I stay or should I go now kind of thing. The Vinyl Village garage has been good to me, but I like to have a little more room, because the unfortunate thing is I got to keep shiny cars next to dirty cars. This thing's got to go out, bring it back in. I've already proven we can make a lot happen in a two-car garage, but maybe I've outgrown it a little bit. But anyway, that's what we're going to get into on this car here, dialing in this quarter panel to make it look a whole lot more gooder. I think what we're going to work on is come up with a plan how to fix this to the best, because this is actually a car worth fixing right. I say a car worth fixing right. I fix regular cars probably over the top, but this one is definitely worth the effort to bring it back and make it a really nice condition car. And the cool thing, when it's all said and done, should be worth more than what I put into it. That's not common for me here. I typically get upside down on every car that I build. But that's okay, because I don't ever plan to sell them. I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it because I like building these cars, and it's a whole lot of fun. And, of course, sharing it with you, hey, that's an added bonus, because you get to learn how to make these things happen in your little tiny spaces just like mine right here. So that isn't a super spectacular, super exciting video, but you know what we're going to be getting into. And, of course, anything you need to know or want to know about this stuff, I don't know, we'll keep plugging along on it. Let me know. I'm going to do a video at best that I can. But we're going to work on the Judge here for just a little bit. So don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and tell all your buddies. The old John at the Vinyl Village garage be having a Judge, and he's going to be working on it. And there's a slim chance, just maybe, and I might sell it. Well, don't tell the wife that. She tells me no every time, but it's one of those things. I have enough toys. I have a lot of stuff. This is a cool opportunity, but trying to move, get everything in the shuffle, I don't know. I don't want this thing sitting in the back corner, or definitely not sitting outside. If that ends up being the case, I'll definitely have to find a new home for it. I don't want this thing going to waste, because it's a fantastic car. I know it looks rough, but you know what can happen here and what we can do with this thing and how good it's going to or can look when it's all said and done. So anyway, thank you for following me on the journeys of the birds and now the goats. And I hope to see you guys and gals next go around.